Why do men, especially grown professional men, go to maid cafes? Back in 2025, I went to Japan for vacation. I wanted to enjoy the beautiful and serene places, and one of the spots I visited was a maid cafe in Akihabara. I was sitting in this cute feminine themed space, and right across from my table was a businessman in his 40s. Completely relaxed and chilling. He stood out in a sea of pink, wearing a business suit with a briefcase in hand. It made me curious. Why was a grown man in a maid cafe? So I took a deep dive and I started researching. In Japan, they've got a strict work culture. Seniority is a really big deal when it comes to colleagues and bosses. You know how in anime the older student gets called senpai? Well, same thing in real life Japan. They highly value status. And if you're a higher up, you more than likely have someone underneath you. That seniority brings structure, but it also unfortunately brings stress. When your boss gets heat from their boss, that stress rolls downhill straight to you. They might berate you, yell at you, or call you out for the most trivial things. So you end up unhappy just because the frustration gets dumped downward. There's even a term for it, karoshi, which translates to death by overwork. It's a recognized phenomenon in Japan where people have literally worked themselves into health crises. The pressure to perform, to never complain, to always put the company first. It runs deep in the culture. You're not just an employee, you're expected to give your entire identity to the job. And when you've been doing that for years, decade after decade, it starts to wear on a person in ways that are hard to even put into words. And with that stress comes long hours and isolation. Japanese work culture doesn't really believe in clocking out on the dot. It's frowned upon, especially in older generations. You're more likely to see your coworkers still grinding after hours. There's even social pressure to stay late just to be seen staying late, even if your work is done. So now you're working long, you're barely seeing friends, and you have few real relationships to lean on. It starts to build up and you just end up lonely. But work isn't the only reason older Japanese men are ending up at maid cafes. Some of them are in unhappy marriages too. Maybe he married someone after a few months of dating because society told him it was time. Maybe the relationship slowly became patronizing or cold. So when he finally gets home after a long day of being berated at work, he's met with more of the same at home. You end up with a man who's been made to feel small his entire day. No outlet, no friends, not even a wife to vent to. So what does he do? He goes to a maid cafe. And at a maid cafe, you're just sitting there having the time of your life. The moment you walk in, the maid greets you with this big warm energy, like you're the most important person who just walked through the door. They call you master or princess depending on who you are. And the whole vibe shifts immediately. The space itself is designed to feel like you stepped into a different world. Pastel colors, cute decorations, themed menus with food shapes like cats or anime characters. You order a latte and it comes out with a little bear drawn in foam. It's genuinely charming even if you're not someone who's into that stuff. Someone is going to laugh at your jokes, listen to your complaints, and treat you like you actually matter. It's low stakes. You don't have to know the person beforehand. You don't have to maintain a relationship. and you don't have to perform to earn their company. She's not your coworker, your wife, or your boss. She's not going to be upset when you leave, and you're not obligated to please her. It's quite the opposite. Your only job is to show up and enjoy the hour. It's basically pure escapism. Like being inside a video game, you escape to a different world, fight monsters that don't exist, and play a character you never thought you could be. A maid cafe works the same way. The real world has bills, family duties, and work stress. But in here, none of that matters. Now, maid cafes wouldn't even exist without anime and manga culture. The whole fantasy of a space where you can go to relax and talk to a dressed up character, that comes straight from that world. Anime has this incredible ability to create these warm, safe feeling environments where the protagonist is always cared for, always surrounded by people who genuinely want them around. And for a lot of fans, that feeling is almost addictive because real life just doesn't give you that. So when maid cafes came along and offered a real life version of that experience, it made complete sense that it took off the way it did. And with anime fans comes a certain kind of social awkwardness. A lot of otakus aren't great at being social, especially around the opposite gender. They don't know how to approach people, don't know what to say, and the fear of embarrassing themselves is real. Regular social settings can feel like a minefield when you're not used to them. But at a maid cafe, all of that goes away. That interaction is structured. The maid comes to you, she leads the conversation, she sets the tone. You don't have to figure any of it out. You don't have to overthink it. The maids are just chill people in cute costumes. And suddenly it becomes a lot more bearable for the average awkward guy to feel comfortable and accepted. Coming back to my real world experience, that businessman didn't look desperate or sad. He was at ease, sipping his cat-shaped coffee, enjoying the conversation, genuinely happy to be there. He didn't look stressed from his day job anymore. He was just looking for a little comfort. And that's kind of the whole point. It's not always about loneliness or being a loser in real life. Sometimes it's just about decompression. For some people, that's reading a book at the park, dancing at a club, or running on the treadmill. For others, it's appreciating a dance from the maid at a cafe. These spaces exist because real life in Japan is genuinely hard, and softness is rare. Mental health across generations is getting worse as the years go on. And honestly, we could all use a little more space to just breathe. Anyway, that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, check out my Patreon. Thank you so much to this month's supporters: And the Vortex, Blood Rose, MC, Void, Revisto, Super Bear Hero, Master Sir, Sovereign, and CS Wurt. If you want to see more, I have more videos on my channel worth watching. Thank you and have a nice day, Band-Aid.